to her, I could like see it in my eyes. That's how real it was. Because it was, my sister went through a lot, man. I know the suffering, the crying, I was with her through the whole thing. By myself. My brothers did not want to come to the hospital.
Wow. And that was so selfish of them,
Yeah. But, they couldn't take it. My brother Lowell came, he couldn't take it. That boy cried like a baby. He couldn't, how you going to be, we both, I'm crying too, but he couldn't deal with it. Some people just, they can't. They know that you might be in it, but they just can't accept it. It was hard. Lowell couldn't, that was the last time he came. He couldn't take it no more. He told me, Sabrina, I can't. I'm not strong like you. I can't do it. And she got, dealing with my mom because she died, out of the blue. But when Jocelyn got sick, it was almost like they were reliving it. You know what I'm saying? Reliving it again. So they couldn't do it. My brother Jeffrey was in Germany, and my other brother David, Jeffrey, I don't know where Jeffrey was at. I don't know. I think Jeffrey was in Colorado. I think he had moved. He was in Colorado.
Wow.
So they wasn't there. It was just me. So when all her pain and suffering and needles and all, I was there for everything. Everything. Driving back and forth. It took me an hour to get there, and I was up at the hospital three times a week, and on the weekend. And then her nurse would come in, and the nurses there from other floors would come. No, she was on the children's floor, even though she was older, but in some sense she was like a child. And she just was, they loved her. Like nurses, they loved Jocelyn. They had nurses coming from different floors, helping her, watching over her for me and everything. The doctors loved her. Good doctors too. They loved her. They loved Jocelyn. And they said, you do such a good job. Anything you need. Anything I asked for, I got it. I had to wash. Thank God her hair was so easy to wash. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they would wash her hair. And sometimes she want nobody touching it. Brina do it. I get there, I got to do it. She knew what was going on. She get them nurses in there and stuff. But I'm just saying, they go through a lot with that transplant. I know the pain and suffering and the crying. I've cried many times.
So you just think this is the beginning of his recovery? I mean, when this happens, he still got a long journey.
Yeah, well, because they got to see if he. Now I don't know if they changed the way they do stuff now, but I know that you ain't gonna go home right away.
Yeah, he said he was gonna have to stay in San Diego for 3 weeks. I don't know how long he gonna be in the hospital, but he gotta stay in that area because he traveled from LA to San Diego for his transplant. Actually, he was an advocate for himself. That's why I think he's gonna make having a really good podcast, because he was not getting the kind of treatment that he felt like he should be getting from his current situation. And he traveled 2 hours late, maybe 2 hours from his home, and got on a better one was a state hospital or something like that, and one was not. And he got on the one that's the better hospital. He got on their list, and he got off. I guess it took 7 years or something like that. So he advocated for himself, and so he beat odds maybe too of staying alive, because the longer you stay on those kidney machines, you know, they just is barely keeping you alive. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he gotta stay there 3, you know, he gotta see, because they gotta see how his body accepts the kidney. If it's a good match, you know?
Right.
But it ain't no joke, I can tell you that much. Well, for my sister, she was a child, so I just, you know.
And did she get one and she lived with it the whole time?
Yeah, she got one, yeah.
Well, that's good, because the guy that's here with me say his homeboy had 3 of them and still end up dying.
Yeah, if it's not compatible, sometimes it just don't work.
But he said that the person wouldn't stop their lifestyle.
Oh, well then, they just made it worse then. Yeah, they can go, I got it, I do. No. You got everything. So what did the lady say that you was talking to?
Oh, girl, so Bree, after we talked again, she basically offered me an opportunity to come and work for her directly in Texas. She at first mentioned that she has an office here, and I said, well, depending on what you're doing, you know, I might float your name. She said she has an office in North Carolina, and she was like, maybe you can be the director. And then as I continue to talk to her about, you know, my different skill sets, she was like, I need you here with me, traveling everywhere. She says, I'm going to fix your credit for free. She says, I'm going to do everything. In the meantime, you and I will talk every day, and we're going to go from there. Because ultimately, she asked me, once I told her the part just about my story and my awakening, and she said, well, what can you talk about to people? I said, my story is, you know, one of triumph. You know, basically, I could just talk about a number of things. My journey, my diet, motivation, money. You know, I can talk, and it's coming from my heart. Yes, I can use scripts or things from other people's works, but for the most part, I could just get on the stage and motivate people. Then she told me that she was getting ready to go to she was going to Florida to have liposuction. And I said, no, please don't do that. And I gave her my story about liposuction, and maybe that might be the reason why I might have swelling in my legs. Now, we do things, but we don't think about the long term. And then I told her about Peggy's product, the aloe vera product, and Peggy had lost all that weight and stuff like that. And I said, and even if you want to trim up, they got some other liposuctions like suits, almost like that'll liquefy your fat and, you know, tighten you up. You know, you might have a little flabby arms, but you do that after you put in an honest effort to lose weight, right? You do that, you can go tighten up a little couple of areas, get a bikini trim, whatever you gotta do to feel unleash, you know, your new personality. And then when she called me back, girl, she was talking about she wanted something to eat. And she was asked her daughter to look up a smoothie place. They couldn't find it. She says, oh, well, I'm just gonna go over here to McDonald's. I said, My mind is saying don't say this, but I think that if we're gonna work together, I have to be honest. Please don't go to McDonald's. I said, because if you, it's gonna taste good going down, but if you allow a McDonald's shake to separate, for it to get warm, or to, if you don't drink it right away, it separates, and it's like, is this really a milkshake or is this chemicals?
Right.
You know what I mean, Bree? So she then said that she said thank you. She gonna go into the corner store and get her a naked juice and some nuts or something like that. I say, see, I've already thought about all this. You might come in my house and think that it's kind of chaotic, but I've been sustaining myself on 18-hour days. I had a feeling that for me to get on the road at some point for the ultimate political agenda, I'm going to have to know how to eat, still maintain the schedule, exercise, and and like me, we know I could take my New Wave with me, put it in a case, but I can find healthy to-go foods. But you have to become aware so you can be deliberate, right? I can put a protein shake, in one in my purse. I can put a protein bar in my briefcase, so that if you out there, you got something. Right? So you won't be likely to go to the vending machine or stop at McDonald's. She said, oh, you're going to be good for me. She said, you can talk to the people. And so I'm just saying, Bree, I'm living in a different reality over here. And if it's time for me to go, I'm going to go. And Bree, I just, because what do I got to lose at this point? I done lost it all. She talked about me having a salary, everything. I'll probably have my own new place. I'll be in a new city. And I'll be helping it's a group of people. It's not just her. She said they already got a television thing on Roku TV. They just moved into a 23,000 square feet building. So I'm just like, hey, this might be just my time, and I've been preparing for it. Because I gotta get my money right before I get. And then Orlando, I talked to him this morning, girl. These mortgages are gonna be free and clear. Bree, girl, you gonna be able to get some money out your home and maybe even fix up your little lot down there. And, it's so many possibilities when we get ourselves straight.
Right. Right.
I mean, we're gonna erect wealth out of nowhere. And it ain't gonna be traditional 9 to 5.
Right.
Because I don't know if you know anybody that has worked themselves and became rich.
Huh? What did you say?
I said, do you know of anybody that has worked themselves and become rich?
No.
Through working.
I don't know anybody personally, no.
Right, through working, right?
Right.
That ain't possible. How? With inflation. Debt. Get out of here. We've been sold a bag of goods.
Right. Right.
Huh? You say right?
Yep. Yep, you're right. A bag of goods.
So I'm looking forward. I want to bring Dr. Guard to the market still. I got a couple of things I can work on, but I just feel good that I can be myself. I just pretty much shared a lot with her. She said, whoa, you said a lot. I said, I know. But I'm ready.
Well, that's good. She work you in.
Yes.
Get you in there and get you set up. And yep, that's good.
I'm trying to season my meat, and I don't know why I can't find no black pepper. What happened to it?
they leave? I'm watching this movie. Why they leave the gun right there?
Yeah, honey.
Mm.
So that's what I'm gonna do, Bree. I'm just gonna do what I can and make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, I know you will.
I'm under new management. I'm under the
Yeah.
cosmic intelligence of management.
Mhm.
And I know that I'm ready for some change. So I can
Mhm.
travel. So that's what I can do, help her lose weight, be her assistant, fix my own thing. She said we'll be working on your goals simultaneously. Then I can get in front of people and be a motivational speaker or an opening act for whenever we go talk to people. Because that mindset is important. It's
Right.
going to take a different type of mindset to learn what it is that we learning.
Yeah. Yeah. And you with the right network of people.
Right.
You know.
So I'll be the next opening act.